Looking to save time? Our dashboard helps you immediately see the health of your inventory, key SKUs to review, and the movement of inventory. Let's look at each section briefly. The inventory overview highlights the status of your FBA and warehouses, as well as estimated storage fees. Save time finding those stockout or overstock problems with a glance and a click. The Items Key Metrics section gives you a quick overview of important items to review, including the items with the highest storage fees. You can then click any item and drill down. Finally, take a quick look at what is being shipped to FBA from your suppliers and warehouses. You can then click the arrows to get the details. Now that saves some time, right? Starting in our dashboard, let's show you how quick and easy it is to look up an item and see its forecast. First, we enter the SKU. This is a very popular item and want to make sure we don't run out of stock, so let's look it up. So there is both a single and a 2-pack for this item. We will look at the single. Immediately, we are presented with the history and forecast for this item graphically. You can also see the raw numbers. To see the raw numbers, click on the forecast data link. After reviewing the numbers, you may have questions about how the forecast was calculated. To get details on those calculations, click Purchasing Calculations and Details. Here are your daily sales rate data, current inventory status, projections, and overall sales history. So in a couple clicks, we looked up an item, saw its sales history, looked at its forecast, and verified how we were calculating that forecast. Pretty quick, huh? Want to save time creating POs? Then let's use Inventory Optimizer recommendations to speed this up. To look at those recommendations, we select My Suggested POs, which will then bring up your list of suppliers. You now have a list of all the suppliers for which you need POs. When you pick the supplier you want to work with, the item recommendations are presented. You can now add them individually or in groups, but you may want to review the items first. As you look over your items to add to the PO, you may just want to look at the sales and forecast data to make sure it is consistent with your business situation. After a quick review of the numbers, you feel confident on the forecast and purchasing need for this item. We can then go back to creating a PO. So now it is time to add items to your new PO using PO Wizard, which will import your selections and help you prepare the PO. The first step is to give the PO a name and save the PO to continue editing either now or later. After saving the new PO, you can then continue to edit the details of the PO. The POs are saved in the PO Vault. Our demo PO is in the vault and ready to be edited or deleted. Using Inventory Optimizer, many of our users will often accept and then use the recommendations for their POs. Now that saves them headaches and time. So for now, we will delete this PO, but hey, this is just a demo. To optimize your resources, especially people, you need information at your fingertips. The best place to start is our dashboard, which gives you a bird's-eye view of your selling items and status of inventory. After a quick review, you can see a fair amount of activity between our suppliers and then our warehouse shipments to FBA. Using Restock AMZ, we can get further insights and facilitate replenishment. In Restock AMZ, you find restock recommendations organized by your suppliers and categorized by item status. This quickly helps you see the effect of replenishment needs for your suppliers. All the information you need to manage POs and shipments for FBA are found here, including the address book. If we wanted to see our suggested POs based on our forecast, they are a click away. If we drill down, can also see our outstanding shipments, their status, and details. Here we can look at all our suggested POs by supplier, and if we want more details, drill down on the items in those POs. We can then in detail on any of the items suggested, and drill deeper on the forecast and daily sales rate data if we wish with a click. After reviewing the history and forecast for this item, we can feel comfortable on ordering this item. After reviewing, we can X off of this window and continue with our review. Now we can look at more items or move on to other chores. Inventory Optimizer consolidates all your key inventory information in one place and helps you quickly address inventory needs. This facilitates decision-making. helps you avoid stockouts, reduces overstocking, and keeps a keen eye on FBA storage costs. Profitability is all about managing expenses, increasing revenue, and managing cash flow, especially regarding investment in stock. Inventory Optimizer helps with all of these. A good place to gain revenue insight into better profitability is knowing your top sellers and projected sellers. To avoid stockouts, you need to be aware of items requiring restock and POs. Finally, managing expenses can start with knowing your FBA storage fees. You may want to look at your daily sales rate data for top sellers across different timeframes. For quick access, all of these status lists are hot linked to filtered reports, so you can quickly review the items directly by picking the titles. Since FBA fees are always an issue, let's look at the top 5 items. When the title is selected, this gives you a quick report of items with the most expensive storage fees. We certainly want to make sure we are paying for the right items to be ready in FBA. If we want to see a larger review, we can do that as well. In the dashboard, we can now look at the total estimated storage fees and the items associated. After a quick review, we can continue reviewing more KPIs by clicking on the Inventory Optimizer banner. This brings you back to the dashboard. Profitability is all about managing expenses, increasing revenue, and managing cash flow, especially regarding investment in stock. We briefly highlighted just a couple of the ways Inventory Optimizer provides the insights you need to achieve better profitability.